channel. In this video, we will learn how to create login model using Tailwind CSS. So in our last video, we set up Next.js data app using Tailwind CSS. So in this video, we will continue and we will add sign-in model. So let's start. The first thing, we will create the login model component. So I just created a component file and I named it login model.js. Now first thing we will do is we will export the login model. I am using the exact same function name. Okay, so this is done. Now we will use the return. First of all, we have to provide the return component, the placement, and here we are using just one span, and then we will use button and just put sign in. Now we are adding on click event, and for that we need to import the use state, and now we will say const and then check and set check is equal to use state and false. So basically check should be false on the first load, and then as you click or user clicks through it, it will change the state. So we'll do that. So here base we will add on click event, and for that we can say on click. Okay, now for on click, what we are going to do is like we just need to change the state. So first, like initially it would be false, and then we will set it to true. So I'm just saying set check, and what we are doing here is previous check would be, if it's true, we will just move it to the false one. Okay, so we added that one. Now the next one is we will add here the condition. So check, that is we assigned false first time. That means here it would be sign in, and then we will just close it. So this is very basic button we added for sign in. We need to provide some styling so we could basically create proper button. But for now, our goal is to initialize this component and first add into our layout into the navbar. So import, and then we provided login. Okay, so this is done, and then we will just here let's say here we will provide the login model. For now it's just we want to see that in execution. Sign in, and if you say sign out, sign in, sign out. So we are basically adding very basic with text. I mean, it's a button, but it's just a text, and we are checking the state of that button, and then just adding sign in. Clicks on sign in button, it should show the model, and with close button it would just close. So let's continue with this login model, and always it's better to use layout that way you don't have to provide the common functionality for each page. It will just works out of the box. The next step is to add some styling to our login button. And then the next step is to create a model which we can use on the user code. So let's start. Here we will put absolute position because we want into the right side. Then we put some padding margin, and I'm just putting 2. We will change it if it doesn't look good. And now we need to put the, I think BG white it's fine. Border we put rounded, text gray, but darker. If darker, I would just use filter. Border and for hover BG gray 100. We added classes and styling. Now it looks much better, and we have the state and sign in sign out on sign in button. Instead of changing it to the sign out, it will pop up the model with like fields like username, password. We also provide them the forgot password link and click for the sign in there. Okay, so let's start. Now we could start working on model. We will add div. We will display exactly center on the page, and then we will add our form elements. So let's start. First we will create the div and putting on the center. So I'll just remove this one and I will create the div, and let's start to putting the, so the first would be the relative to the parent class, and now the next div, this div is going to provide the grayish background behind the model. So I'm just putting class name fixed, insert 0, BG gray, and I'm putting like 500. We can change it. Opacity I would put 75. And the index 10. They will just provide the grayish background. Now our main goal is to have div on the center, and you could do many different ways. Like you can use the absolute position, you can use the flex layout, putting items in center. So we would do two things. First, we would add the fixed position. Why we are adding fixed position? Because we want to always show the div at the same position even user scrolls down or scrolls up. So that's why we are adding fixed position. So first we would add class name fixed. That way it would be always there. Insert 0, C10 is just a index, and then only one thing we are doing is overflow while auto, because we are adding at the fixed position. Now this is the main div which will provide you the model container. So this is more kind of a model container where we use flex layout. Items, you put the center, justify center. We would add padding a little bit, text center, So we have the container ready. I am adding just a text here for now. We will create then another div here, and we will put all the forms element like email address, password, forget password link, sign in button, like that. But for now, just we are testing like how it looks, and I would just use that for that one. So this is test. All right. Oh yes, minimum height, because otherwise it won't be like a background and the div on the center. Now all we need to do is we need to design it more, like we need to add some classes which will provide us shadow, like if you want to use the rounded border and the nice looking form fills. So we need to just remove this one and we will start form fills div and then form, and in the form we will use label, email address, input field type, input type text, but we have to put in under the div, but for now we will just say sign in, and I'm just putting p text, but actually it's going to be the a tag, forgot. So basically we need to, okay, so it looks not that nice, but at least we have something to add some more styling, some padding, background, shadow, like that. I'm putting, let's say px and py. So px 6 and py 4, margin 2, and let's see, and this is margin bottom 2. Let's see how it, okay, much better, right? Now we have a close button, forget password, sign in thing. Now we have to provide the text box, a little bit shadow and some styling there. So let's do that, and we would add the svg later on. Add some classes here. I'm just I would do just margin padding here, and then we will adjust. Okay, here I'm putting class name block, then text of font bold, and text, I think text gray, I don't know, we are just putting gray. Let's see how it looks. All right, now we are adding some classes to here on our actual text box. None. Shadow, of course, shadow small border, maybe gray, and 500, and rounded. I think rounded small looks much better. And here I would say margin, oh sorry, class name margin bottom 2, margin top 2, and for input class for padding I am using px more and py less. Px 4, py 2, input loop. So now we have I think we need some more margin here, and maybe we just put the width full so it will look much width full, so that way it will look better. Label, I think we need to put margin 2, and same way here, margin 2, so that way it has more room between two fields. And I'm just using this similar styling for both text field, just so everything looks very identical. Okay, now look. All right, I think this looks better. On the docs, you click on resources and then just use SVG from there. So close, yes, this is X circle, just a mark. Let's use this one. Always have, and you need to change a little bit here because the formatting is a little bit different into the Next.js. You cannot use just a class, you have to use class name and like that, and you just say format. And we are keeping sign in for now because we need to properly execute authentication, and then we could just instead of sign in button, if somebody's already signed in, we could show the profile icon just like the Google Chrome. We would show the profile and the sign out drop down. But for now we have the sign in button, and then we have the model which will help to sign in. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in next video.